So as you guys just saw right there, and probably seen before, but Straub is dead. And it's barely DLC 2, so that means we have 2 more maps and we're missing our big bad already. This is something I really didn't expect, and I just don't know. But before I actually continue any further, I actually want to ask what you guys think about this whole situation with Straub dying and just everything that's happening. You think it's a good thing, a bad thing, or do you think that they're going to do something in the future with it? Also, what do you think is going to happen with the future now that Straub is dead? Also, leave all those comments down in the comment section right now. But I just kind of want to make something clear. This isn't going to be an explained video or anything like that, because I just can't. I would love to do an explained video right here, but this is just going to turn into a speculation video because there's just nothing I could think of to explain, because we just don't know. We just don't have enough information to even theorize on. Well, of course, I don't think theorize either. All we can do is speculate. But anyways, that's all I have to say right there. But now actually to my thoughts on the situation. So for him dying, I think that I kind of expected that to happen actually. I expected it to happen in DLC 3, but not DLC 2. So that was a little surprising. But for a good thing or a bad thing, I can't really judge that currently because I just don't know what they're going to do with it going forward. It may turn out to be a good thing or a bad thing. We'll have to see with that. So personally, I'm going to hold out my judgment on thinking if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It matters on what they do with it going forward, at least to me. But as for what they could do, and this is actually a couple possibilities. So there's people are suggesting that Straub could come back and just come back to life in some zombified form or guys craft magic, and I hope that doesn't happen. They killed him off, and since they're already doing with Klaus, that Klaus we thought died but he actually turns out to be still alive, so I hope they don't pull the same thing with Straub. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but it might, and I'm not going to be a fan of it. But regardless, it could be a possibility. I hope it doesn't happen, but it might. But there's still a lot of possibilities for the villain that could take Straub's place. There's also the possibility that we don't even need a villain for the rest of it, because you just don't need a villain if you have zombies and terrorizing the entire world, because Straub let them off all over Berlin, so they could spread off to the rest of the world too. So there's a lot of possibilities here, and we'll just have to see what happens with the future of that. But there is a lot of candidates, even though I said that you don't need a villain, but there's a lot of candidates that could turn out to be the villains. Now there's the obvious one, Barbarossa, very obvious one. He could just be revived, especially now that we have all the pieces to his sword, so that could be a possibility, and he shows up, then he'd be a perfect villain to take Straub's place. There's so many possibilities for who could take the villain's place if you think you need a villain to take his place. There's Klaus, who may or may not be a good guy, we're not sure. There's the voices Klaus spoke of, so that could be something. Of course, we don't know too much about him, but that's something that was mentioned. There's the Cabal that Klaus talked about inside one of his recordings that may turn out to be a Raven Cabal, and I actually have a theory video talking about that right here if you guys want to check it out. It also talks about Hank Redu. But regardless, there's a lot of people. There's even Hank Redu himself. Hank Redu, I personally have been very suspicious of him for a while now, but I don't know, he could turn out to be a bad guy, good guy, I don't know, you know, considering we all have now the pieces, all 3 pieces to Barbarossa's blade. Maybe we could have this guy lusting for power, or maybe he's actually part of something called a Raven Cabal that maybe is trying to keep the blade out of everybody's hands, and maybe he's going to turn on our characters because he doesn't want anybody else knowing about this stuff and he wants to erase it from history again. There's really a lot of possibilities, but again, these are all speculation, obviously, so I just want to hear what you guys think about it, because this is just me speculating. I'd like to hear your speculations also down in the comment section. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy the video and you actually want to see more of this stuff, or even something at least similar to this, then go ahead, do all the normal YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, bell, share, and all that good stuff, especially bell, because bell is just so important now on YouTube. But anyways, I'm gonna go, and I will catch you guys on my next video.